This is 21 News, 11 p.m.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Caroline Collins. We begin tonight with news that a 2-year-old boy is apparently shot in the thigh. He was initially taken to Northside Hospital by private car and then flown to Akron Children's Hospital in Akron. His condition is unknown at this point. Youngstown Police patrol officers initially spent time at 354 Parkcliffe looking for evidence. That's believed to be the family's residence. But according to Liberty's police chief, the shooting allegedly occurred in the 3000 block of Northgate in Liberty. The mother of the little boy is being interviewed by Liberty detectives right now, and police are being told the 2-year-old somehow shot himself. It's unclear how he would have got a gun, and police tell 21 News no gun has been recovered at this point. But one shell casing was located. This is a developing story. Check our website, WFMJ.com, or our Facebook page for updates as this story unfolds. Emotions continue to run high in Charlottesville, Virginia tonight, just a day after clashes between white supremacists and counter-protests turned deadly. A driver using his car as a weapon driving into a crowd in the downtown area. This video may be disturbing. Jay Gray reports.
A solemn, peaceful vigil in Charlottesville, just hours after tensions boiled over when counter-protesters shouted down, then eventually forced out a Unite the Right organizer trying to talk to the media. It is the latest in what has been 24 hours of chaos and carnage in Charlottesville, after police say 20-year-old James Alex Fields Jr. used his car as a weapon, plowing into a crowd of people protesting a gathering of alt-right, white nationalists, and neo-Nazis who had gathered to oppose the removal of a Robert E. Lee statue. 32-year-old Heather Heyer died in the attack. 19 were injured. Brennan Gilmore shot this video as the horror unfolded in front of him.
He targeted this crowd very clearly. There's no question of anyone who witnessed it that his intent was to cause a mass casualty incident.
Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe began his Sunday in church, like so many here, searching for help and healing.
Let us use hope. Let us use today to reach out to our fellow citizens. Put your hand out to help them. Let us show these people that we are bigger than them. We are stronger than them.
A difficult task in a city still on edge tonight. Jay Gray, NBC News, Charlottesville, Virginia.
The organizers of yesterday's alt-right rally blames the clashes of violence on Charlottesville police. The same police force which came to Jason Kessler's aid when a crowd of counter-protesters went after him. Kessler was punched, chased, and tackled. Police shielded the Unite the Right organizer through city streets during a press conference.
I would like to condemn any of the violence that happened yesterday. I disavow anything that led to folks getting hurt. It really is a sad day in our constitutional democracy when we are not able to have civil liberties like the First Amendment.
Had an incredible amount of nerve to come in front of the people of Charlottesville after the pain and suffering and terror that he brought on the community. And he should never be able to show his face in town again. And I'm glad that people in that mob attacked him.
Kessler tried to tell people the police were to blame because, in his words, officers refused to do their job and did not follow through with security arrangements. In Warren, a group of concerned people gathered to rally against the recent violence. They lit candles for the 3 victims in Charlottesville and held signs on Mahoning Avenue in front of the mayor's office. They say they're advocating for peace.
Virginia is supposed to be for lovers, but evidently at that time it was for racists. And we are also here to call attention to the fact that America, the real patriots of America, will not tolerate this type of fascist movement within our country.
They also expressed opposition towards President Trump and the administration. In New York City, hundreds of protesters rally across from Trump Tower in light of the violence in Charlottesville. A loud crowd walked the sidewalks, chanting, "No Trump, no KKK." The march was planned in anticipation of the president's arrival at his New York home tomorrow. One Arizona man in the wrong place at the wrong time wearing a Make America Great Again hat, well, he was mocked by the crowd and called a Nazi. Vice President Mike Pence responded to yesterday's violence, condemning the groups involved in the attack. Pence was asked his opinion on the violent clashes while at a news conference in South America.
We have no tolerance for hate and violence from white supremacists, neo-Nazis, or the KKK. These dangerous fringe groups have no place in American public life and in the American debate, and we condemn them in the strongest possible terms.
The vice president is on a 4-nation tour through Latin America. He's expected to stop in Argentina, Chile, and Panama as well. Amazon says it's taking action against potentially counterfeit solar eclipse glasses. The company issued refunds to some customers who purchased glasses on the site. Those glasses may not comply with industry standards. Amazon also has removed a few listings for glasses out of caution. To safely view the solar eclipse August 21st, you'll need a special pair of ultra-dark sunglasses. They're in high demand right now. They prevent permanent eye damage the sun rays could possibly cause. And we're about 1 week away from the solar eclipse. For us in the Mahoning and Chenango valleys, it will be a partial eclipse with the moon blocking out about 80% of the sun. But hey, that's still a big deal. 21 News will begin coverage on Monday with some stories to help prepare for the big event. We'll answer all those frequently asked questions about the solar eclipse. Coverage begins tomorrow. You can also log on to WFMJ.com or follow us on our Facebook page for eclipse coverage. Meteorologist Andrew DePaula will be leading our solar eclipse coverage off tomorrow. He's been hard at work following that, but he's also tracking the weather right now. What's going on outside, Andrew?
Hey, Caroline, 7 days and 54 minutes if you're counting like a nerd like me, but everybody's excited, of course. But let's focus on the weather here locally for now. Here's a look outside in our Window World weather camera. 61 degrees for a temperature. Dew point trailing only 2 degrees from that at 59, but a calm wind out of the northeast. Backyard temperatures at the moment still into the low 60s for the most part. Upper 50s at Elwood City at 59 degrees. A quick look at our weather headlines for tonight. A comfortable night tonight, a dry Monday, and then starting off our Tuesday, it'll be dry too. But the second half, we finally introduced the chance for wet weather for the first time this week, and it won't be the last time. Showers and storms will return by the weekend, and also we do increase the chance for humidity, or the level of humidity rather, as the week goes on. Here's a quick look at our chances throughout the week. The best chance to see that wet weather coming on Thursday. Caroline, back to you.
Thanks, Andrew. Next on 21 News, an Ohio teacher is accused of having sex with her student for 3 years. Plus, gas prices are pumping high. How much they've gone up in just 3 weeks. A teacher from an Akron middle school is accused of having sex with her former student for 3 years. The teen's father blaming it on the failure of the school system.
They were having sex, and they were.
His son was a freshman at Akron's Bucknell High School. 32-year-old Laura Lynn Cross allegedly began showing an interest in the 14-year-old the year before, when she was his 8th grade English teacher.
It was a straight failure from the system, just from the school,
And the police.
Definitely.
His father says he first grew concerned back in 2012 and spoke with a school official when his son was a freshman.
Everybody I talked to, I was frank with. I let them know that my son is having sexual relationships with this woman.
With a teacher?
With a teacher.
Then he went to police.
She had a hold on my son, and they told me, well, he's not cooperating with us, so we basically, can't do nothing with it.
Cross even convinced the teen's mother, who had custody, to allow him to move in with her in Talmadge and get partial custody. She quit teaching in January 2015.
30-year-old woman with a 15-year-old boy. And she's basically getting sexually aroused off of him.
I'm a sad boy, stay in school. Her Facebook page displays their relationship, including a Mother's Day video showing both Cross and the teen together. But this indictment alleges Cross sexually abused the teen over a 3-year period from August 2013 until just last September.
First of all, she's a school teacher. To get aroused by a child, you have to be basically a sick individual.
It was only last May when his father got a phone call from a tipster.
Do you know you're a grandfather? And I'm like, no, I didn't know nothing about that.
His son and Cross had a baby in 2015. Then he called his son.
Get your butt over here right now. I know about the child. He said, Dad, I'm on my way. I'm coming to tell you everything. You know that much, so I might as well just put it all on the table.
A new report from the U.S. Department of Energy shows there's still a steady demand for wind energy in Ohio. The small-scale wind energy projects would help power state factories and businesses. Ohio ranks 6th in the nation after adding 42 megawatts of wind energy since 2003. However, the state's overall production lags after moves were made in the legislature to stop large-scale wind farms. There's been a jump at the gas pump. Prices on the rise. The average cost of a gallon of gas increased 8 cents over the past 3 weeks. It's now $2.40 per gallon. That's 23 cents above the price at this time last year. According to GasBuddy.com, the cheapest prices are in Youngstown at $2.12, in Warren $2.15, however in Columbiana $2.23 per gallon. And if you're in Mercer and Hermitage, you're going to be paying almost $2.50 for a gallon of gas. Always more expensive in PA. Heads up for those of you preparing for your start of your work week tomorrow. There are some road closings you should be aware of. State Route 45 will be closed between Front and Market Street starting tomorrow through Thursday for railroad crossing repairs. State Route 87 in Mesopotamia Township will close tomorrow between State Route 534 and 538 through Wednesday. Route 19 is going to be closed between Rogers Hill Road and Holmes Road. Rogers Hill Road will be closed between Russell Road and Route 19. These two roads will reopen Monday night. A nice and cool night outside in the valley. We're taking a live look outside. Meteorologist Andrew DiPaolo will be in next with a full 7-day forecast.
Eclipse forecast keeping everything the same, maybe a passing shower still, but I'm pretty optimistic it will stay largely dry for any of those watch parties out there across the valley.
Yeah, that's going to be a really exciting day. I'm looking forward to that. And I got on your Instagram and liked that picture. That was so cool. It does look like a desktop picture.
It's a phenomenal picture. She sends them in all the time, and so we have so many people that send in those pictures, and they're absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, Andrew. We'll be right back. Lowville Mayor Dom Adduciani is asking several towns across the valley to help repair a popular bike trail. The Stavish Bike Trail Foundation has a yearly license renewal with First Energy. However, it's down to $13,000 in funds. The village's section requires $500,000 in repairs to bring the trail up to Mill Creek Park specifications. New funding from the Ohio Department of Transportation called TAP funds would create a new section from Struthers through Camel and into Youngstown into the park system. A few hundred bikers and riders took the day to remember fallen officers who died in the line of duty. The Fallen Officers Memorial Bike Run began with prayer and a blessing of the bikes. The bikers took off on a 50-mile trek to Garfield Lake, but first they drove past the Fallen Police Officers Monument and Bridge in Youngstown. 26 officers in cities and townships have paid the ultimate sacrifice serving their communities. Next on 21 Sports, Justin Thomas takes home his first ever major title today at the PGA Championship. Stay with us, highlights are next.
So a really good day for the young guys today. Larson only 25, Justin Thomas only 24. I know you're really excited about that one.
I was so excited. I was watching the entire tournament. I'm a big fan of Justin Thomas. So happy that he won. All I talked about today to Brittany, she's probably ready for me to be quiet about it.
Yeah, she kept sneaking down into sports, coming to check out what's going on down here.
What's going on? Tell anyone. Come on. No, I was really excited. Him and Jordan Spieth. Now we just need Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, your two favorites. Fowler's good. He's going to be in good shape as long as they're like one of your favorites. They're going to win. You're on a roll.
It's such an exciting major season for golf. Sad for it to come to an end, but football season's coming up.
Oh yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, so that's always a positive. So we can't wait for that. Go Browns, go Steelers, whatever you may be. College football, high school football.
Yes.
It's always a fun season.
That's right. It's on the way.
Thanks, Brittany. For more local news, weather, and sports, and any breaking news, log on to WFMJ.com or download our 21 News app. Have a good night and a great week.